Hello, everyone. Akasa Living here, wanting to talk to you about the book that's coming out soon. Every twin flame life is 3 stories: order, the chaos, and back to order. It's coming out November 11th. I'm very excited about that. And we also have a podcast getting ready to start, the Akasa Living podcast. Not exactly sure what day that's going to launch. It's going to depend on, there's some, when you launch, there's some things that have to happen. So that's kind of out of my control. But as soon as it's ready, I'll certainly be letting you all know. But in the meantime, this is sort of a short version of that. The podcast will most of the time have other people with me. But today, I'm going to be talking to you about the book and explaining some of what the content is. And so I'm handling that myself. This is a promotion for both the podcast and the book. So what kind of chaos is there in a twin flame journey? Well, one type of chaos is the competition. Yeah, competition. There's healthy competition, which is, of course, high vibration. And of course, the most healthy competition is with ourselves to be a better person each day, to be better than we were yesterday, right? But there's unhealthy competition too. There's that competition that when, somebody's trying to tell me what to do. Somebody's trying to shape me or mold me. Somebody's trying to affect my world in a way that, well, I'm not good with. So we dig our heels in like it's a competition, when in actuality, all they're trying to do is communicate with us. They're trying to explain, they're trying to express. But instead, we choose to see it as a challenge to not do what they're saying or take to heart what they're saying or act upon what they're saying. It becomes a battle of the wills, if you will. It becomes, ain't no way I'm doing that. They're trying to control me. So it becomes a competition. With twin flame, that's one of the chaoses you have to watch for. Frequently, we want so badly to explain to the twin everything we find out about the journey, especially if they don't believe in it at all. And we're so excited. But what they may hear is not that you're telling them, listen, this is who we are. This is what it's all about. This is the beauty of it. We're the model for 1 + 1 = 3. And instead what they hear is, she's trying to tell me who I am. He's trying to tell me what my life's supposed to be. He's trying to decide what I'm going to do with my life. She's trying to turn me into something I'm not, or take me and mold me into this thing she's learned about. And it becomes literally a competition. It becomes, I'm not doing that. They're trying to get me to do something I don't want to do. And because of that, they've dug their heels in and closed their energy off to it. And you're just making it worse. The more you try to, no, that's not what I mean. It's like the more they dig their heels in. This is quite chaotic for the journey. It just plain doesn't work. So you don't want to trigger that. If you have somebody who's highly competitive, who's highly independent, of course, we're all supposed to be sovereign of self. But some people, well, they've been ordered around a lot in their lives, or they've not had a lot of personal freedom. So something like this really does trigger them. Maybe they've been in relationships their whole life where everybody else was in control and was telling them, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how it's supposed to be. This is why you're supposed to be that way. So here you come with, and we're twin flame, and you're all excited about it. And all they hear is, okay, I really was lit up about that person. But now here they are telling me again who I am and what I'm supposed to do. And you have just triggered, well, yeah, chaos. The key always, with all relationships, whether it's twin flame or not, is just be in frequency. Just be in frequency. We cannot ever convince people of anything. And we certainly don't want to convince anyone to be in relationship with us in a way that we want them to be. That isn't what unconditional love is. Unconditional love isn't, you're perfect, you're my twin. Now, this is what I expect you to understand about it. This is what you were supposed to do because of it, even if you don't mean it like supposed to. So what it is, all relationships. That's why twin flame is so important to cover first, because there's so many twin flames incarnate right now to be attracted to one another, magnetized to one another, to model this for the world. Everything is supposed to be 1 + 1 = 3. That is how consciousness is meant to be expanded. You're supposed to just be in frequency as the one and only you, being the best you can be. How do I want to be treated? Who do I want to be? What do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? Your heart chakra will start getting the transmission from your higher self, because you're one whole complete light being, as above, so below. You put yourself in that frequency. You start treating yourself that way. You get in that energy. That's what you use your energetic bandwidth for. But you don't stop there. Self-care doesn't stop there. Once you're in that frequency, if you want to have that as your life, you've got to put that out so it comes back to you. So all those things you want for yourself, you get in that energy, and you put out the energy of mutual respect to everyone else. And that's where you treat everyone else. Then those who are in resonant energy with you, those who relate to that, those who, that's what they want too, or in that frequency, here you are. This is me. Unconditional love. This is how I show up. I have no conditions for you being my friend or my boss or my twin flame. I have no conditions. This is me. This is me. I'm just in frequency here. And here they come. Oh, I feel that magnetism. And it works. Better, easier, without the arm twisting and why can't we make this work that every other relationship has? Or without the, oh, this was great at first and now it's boring, or it's this or it's that, because only a few chakras were going off, but a lot of chakras were going off. And if you're twin flame, all the chakras are going off. Your intimate relationships, you don't want to do 3D and do that. I'm going to settle for. You want as many chakras as possible, as many points of energy transference as possible in all relationships, really. But don't get into competitive mode with anyone. Don't get into, well, I've got to convince them. I've got to show them. I've got to, no, you just be you, get in frequency, be going down your timeline, shining, being the one and only you. And then they'll come in. And when they do, then you're ready and they're ready. And for God's sakes, if you don't know who your twin is, or if your twin's even incarnate, don't worry about it. If they're here, you do this. If they're doing it too, you'll find each other. And if they're not, you don't want to find them anyway. You don't want the chaos of trying to convince them of the, well, I liked her or him, until they started trying to tell me that I'm this twin flame thing and this is what I'm going to do. I'm not having anybody tell me what I'm going to do. And then they dug their heels in and yeah, there goes the chaos. You don't want that in any relationship, especially twin flame, because it's hard. It's the other half of you, and they've dug their heels in. So don't do that to yourself. In any relationship, no competition. Don't get that energy going. It shouldn't be a competition. But when people feel like we're challenging their right to decide, when we're telling them, this is how it's supposed to be. This is who we are. This is what you need in your life. This is what will make your life better, etc., etc. It can trigger them and throw them into competition mode. Avoid that. Be in frequency, attract them in all types of relationships. And that's how every day we do Akasa living in great big capital letters. Thanks, you all.